Good morning, happy Tuesday. So just to go through what we're doing here today, after this opening video, you'll come down and watch the emulation 429 video. I had the date wrong, but it is for today, which is the 28th. Then you're going to go to the classwork section here, and you're going to watch the Edpuzzle with repetition notes, and you're going to answer the question. And then think about, we're going to read the poem Foul Shot in that Edpuzzle, what you noticed about repetition on your own. Then you're going to come back here to the stream, and then you'll watch the emulation poems Foul Shot explanation. So then we're going to talk about that video and what we see in it, and I'll show you some student emulations. And then you're going to think about, what did you learn from that? So at the end of today, your assignment, going back up to the classwork after this, you'll see a Tuesday assignment. You're going to copy down on my own, I noticed, and then you're going to write down what you noticed about repetition in the Foul Shot poem the first time we read it. And then you're going to copy down, after we discuss the poem, I also saw, and then jot down those things that you noticed afterwards that you didn't notice the first time. So we'll wind up discussing all of the things that we noticed about repetition in that poem. All right, have a great day. So today we're using a new platform, and it's called Edpuzzle. And essentially what it does is it combines the videos and the questions together. So you won't have a separate quizzes. It'll ask you questions as you watch the video. And it's really simple because your account has already been set up for you. All you need to do is go to classwork, and it will say Edpuzzle repetition notes. So you're going to click on that. And next you're going to click on sign in with Google, and your account has already been created. And then you'll choose your account. So I'm going to choose the student account. And the repetition notes, the video should pull right up so you can watch that, answer the questions, and then you're all set. Duchess is on strike today, so it's just me. We read April 4th's poem yesterday, but I want to read it again because today we're talking about emulation, and this is a poem where Jack is emulating Walter Dean Myers. I was very glad to hear that Mr. Walter Dean Myers is not the sort of person who would get mad at a boy for using some of his words. And thank you for typing up my secret poem that uses so many of Mr. Walter Dean Myers' words. And I like what you put at the top, inspired by Walter Dean Myers. That sounds good to my ears. Now no one will think I just copied because I couldn't think of my own words. They will know I was inspired by Mr. Walter Dean Myers. But don't put it on the board yet, okay? Is Mr. Walter Dean Myers a live person? And if he is, do you think he could ever come to our city, to our school, to our class? And if he did, we should hide my poem with his words, hide it real good, just in case he would get mad about that. No, 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 no. I can't do it. You should do it. You're a teacher. April 12th. I don't agree that Mr. Walter Dean Myers might like to hear from a boy who likes his poems. I think Mr. Walter Dean Myers would like to hear from a teacher who uses big words and knows how to spell and to type. April 17th. Dear Mr. Walter Dean Myers, you probably don't want to hear from me because I'm only a boy and not a teacher, and I don't use big words. And you probably won't read this, or even if you do read it, you're probably way too busy to answer it, let alone do the thing I'm going to ask you. And I want you to know that's okay, because our teacher says writers are very, 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 very busy trying to write their words, and the phone is ringing, and the fax is going, and the bills need paying, and sometimes they get sick. I hope you're not sick, Mr. Walter Dean Myers. Or their family gets sick, or their electricity goes off, or the car needs fixing, or they have to go to the grocery store, or do the laundry, or clean up messes. I don't know how you find the time to write your words if you have to do all that stuff. And maybe you should get a helper. So what I am asking you is this. If you ever get time to leave your house, and if you ever feel like visiting a school where there might be some kids who like your poems, would you ever maybe think about maybe coming maybe to our school, which is a clean place with mostly nice people in it? And I think our teacher, Miss Stretchberry, would maybe even make brownies for you because she sometimes makes them for us. I hope I haven't too much stopped you from doing your writing of words and fixing your car and getting groceries and all that stuff just to read this letter, which is probably taking you maybe 15 minutes. And in that time, you could have maybe written a whole new poem, or at least the start of one. And so I'm sorry for taking up your time. And I understand if you can't come to our clean school and read some of your poems to us and let us see your face, which I bet is a friendly face. My name is Jack. by Mr. Walter D. Myers. So what I noticed in this poem is that Jack is very nervous about asking Mr. Walter D. Myers to come to their school. And emulation is all about noticing and imitating. So I noticed that there was a very nervous tone in this poem. And I think that he created that nervous poem by repeating things over and over, like all of the reasons why Mr. Walter D. Myers might not be able to come, and, or here's some more, or. And then down here, he repeats the word maybe, 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 maybe. And so that repetition shows that nervousness. Today we're talking about emulation. And again, emulation is just noticing what authors do, thinking about maybe why they're doing it, and then trying to imitate that in our own writing.